Have you ever had a plant-based turkey sandwich that was so real you felt like you were eating the real thing? Yeah, no, neither have I. But I nailed that deli taste and texture, so let me show you how to make it. Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is drain our chickpea water, the aquafaba, into like a separate measuring cup. Now, I'm just gonna dump my chickpeas right into my blender jar. Now, there's a little over half a cup of aquafaba in a can, and I need about 1 cup. So I'm just gonna add the remaining with just filtered water, and then add that into the chickpeas into the blender jar. Now, for flavoring mouthfeel, we're also gonna be using a little bit of olive oil, some nutritional yeast, mushroom seasoning, some salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and then we're gonna be using some champagne vinegar. Now, if any of this recipe seems familiar, that's because it probably is. It's actually based on Chickwheat shreds, which is from Avocado and Ales. Avocado and Ales has some really great recipes, and Chickwheat is one of them. And I was just kind of like messing around, and I was like, oh, this actually kind of works perfect for this purpose. At this point, all I'm gonna do is just blend this up into a nice, like creamy, like paste. While this is blending, let's mix our dry ingredients together. So we're gonna do 1 3/4 cup gluten flour. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of methyl cellulose. Now, normally this is added for binding and for the fact that it like firms when you cook it. But here, I'm just adding it for juice retention. I want this to be very juicy deli meat. And then lastly, I'm just gonna add about a teaspoon of psyllium husk. That's going to retain some water, but it's also going to add to like the elastability of this, making it just a little bit stretchy, hold up a little bit more. So now I just need to pour in the wet batter into the dry batter and start making a dough ball. Now, you all know my slogan, there's no need to knead, but in this case, we do need to knead, and we're going to knead for just a little period of time. So just toss it back in the bowl, throw on a cover, and let's let this sit for about 30 minutes or so. So it's been 30 minutes, and it's looking pretty good. It's all pretty much autolyzed together. The gluten has formed, and you can see that it's formed these stretchy little strands of gluten fiber. Now, I just want to make sure that I stretch and break this apart, and then kind of make sure that when everything goes back together, that all of those strands are running in the same direction. After about 15 minutes of stretching and breaking, we have a nice, like stretched, kind of like weird looking dough ball. Now, at this point, I'm just going to coat it in a little bit of olive oil and then kind of just rub it all in. And now we just need to wrap it up like a Chipotle burrito and make sure that it's wrapped up really tight, because when this is cooked, it's going to want to expand. Now, I'm going to do 2 layers for that very same purpose, you know? I'm just going to use a Dutch oven that has a roasting tray or a steaming rack on it. And then we're just going to fill that up with water just a little bit above the roasting tray area, and then get that water boiling. Now, as soon as it's boiling, drop in your little burrito package, cover it up, and then you're gonna walk away for about 2 hours, which is plenty of time to listen to...
Gang, I gotta tell you about today's sponsor, because my name just changed. You can now call me Lord Saucestache. And that's because of established titles, which is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, or ladies. Their title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. Your certificate will feature a unique plot number with which you'll be able to see the exact location of your land. And the best part is, Established Titles plants a tree with every order. They work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. And I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure, next time I buy plane tickets, that prefix is gonna be Lord Mark Stache. That's for sure. That'll be awesome. And Established Titles told me that the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be right next to my plot, within a 2-minute walking distance. And depending on how many of you want to be lord or lady, you can effectively build a little Saucestache kingdom. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? So gang, this is fun, it makes an amazing last-minute gift, and they also have couple packs with adjoining plots. I wish Monica and I would have got that one. So Established Titles is actually running an early Black Friday sale. Plus, if you use code Saucestache, you get an additional 10% off. So head over to establishedtitles.com/Saucestache to get your gifts now. Established Titles, thanks for sponsoring today's video and making me lord of my own kingdom.
Now, I know that ad might have felt like 3 hours long, but it was 3 hours in reality. So for my first decree as Lord Saucestache, I'm gonna say that we're gonna take out our, turkey wrapped up here. We're just gonna throw it into some sort of container so we can toss it into the fridge overnight. Now, I'm storing it vertical like this because I'm hoping that when it rests compressing it down, creating maybe a denser, easier sliceable dough. So let's find out. So it's the next day. So we pulled out of the fridge. Our container had a little bit of water in it, but no big deal. It's probably just like the runoff from like the evaporated water from boiling it. And this turkey looks pretty good. So I just wanted to give it a slice. I'm slicing it at an angle so that way I have like longer usable deli slices, but this looks exactly how I wanted it to, and the texture is just perfect. You can see it's really nice and flexible, it has that elastability that you want, and it tears just like meat would. That's because of the Chickwheat part of this recipe. Now you can slice this with a knife, but I wanted to get some legit deli slices. I own a deli slicer, and look at this. I mean, this is why I did this. So now I'm just gonna slice this up into a big giant pile of vegan turkey, and this looks insane. We're gonna make a sandwich, just a regular turkey club, kind of, I guess. Just some toast, a little bit of vegan mayo. You gotta spread that on with a spoon, and do some lettuce, tomato, and pile up that turkey, and then look at the sandwich. This sandwich looks insane. I cannot wait for Monica to try this. But first, we have to realize that I forgot salt and pepper, so let me salt and pepper the sandwich, and now let's give it a taste.
I like this. Really good. It has the taste and feel of turkey.
It tastes like
lunch meat, you know?
like a turkey club.
Or turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's got a good bite to it. It's got a good snap. It's firm. It's not mushy. And the flavor is really refreshing of the turkey, or of the turkey. It's really good.
It feels like a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. Super stoked.